The roar of an audience is a powerful thing. It moves like a wave, swelling with emotion, lifting performers high above ordinary life. For decades, Elton John lived inside that sound, surrounded by stadium lights, cheering crowds, and moments that felt larger than reality itself. On stage, everything was bright and electric. Sequined jackets, towering glasses, pianos that shimmered with drama and joy. To the world, it looked like endless celebration. But when the music stopped and the crowd went home, the silence carried a different weight. Behind the applause lived a man shaped by years of longing, self-reflection, and quiet struggle. Now, in his late 70s, Elton John reflects on a life defined not only by success, but by resilience. His story reminds us that even the loudest applause cannot silence the deeper questions of identity, belonging, and emotional truth that follow a person through every stage of life. From Pinner to the world. It is easy to describe Elton John's rise as a fairy tale, but real lives are never that simple. Born Reginald Kenneth Dwight in Pinner, Middlesex, he grew up far from glamour, fame, or certainty. Music did not arrive as a promise of stardom, it arrived as a necessity. From a young age, Reginald sensed he was different, more sensitive, more inward-looking, and often unsure of his place. While the world would later celebrate his confidence, his early years were marked by insecurity and emotional distance at home. Success did not erase those beginnings, it grew from them. The boy from Pinner became Elton John through discipline, imagination, and persistence, not overnight magic. Each achievement carried echoes of the child who learned early that recognition had to be earned. His journey shows that greatness often begins quietly, shaped by patience, vulnerability, and a refusal to give up on self-expression. A childhood of distance. Before the fame, there was a small house and a childhood shaped by emotional restraint. Reginald's father, a Royal Air Force officer, valued order and discipline, rarely expressing affection. Praise was scarce, warmth even rarer. His mother, more present, encouraged his talent but could be unpredictable, leaving young Reginald uncertain where he stood. Love felt conditional, something to be worked for rather than freely given. In that space, the piano became more than an instrument. It became a companion. Music offered safety when words failed and comfort when understanding was absent. Sitting at the keyboard, Reginald found control over something beautiful, something that responded to his touch. Those early hours at the piano were acts of survival as much as creativity. They taught him that emotion could be translated into sound, and that even in isolation, he could build a world where he felt seen, valued, and alive. Discovering a gift. By the age of 3, Reginald could reproduce melodies by ear, astonishing adults with a natural musical instinct. His talent opened doors, including a scholarship to the Royal Academy of Music at just 11 years old. On paper, it was a remarkable achievement. Emotionally, it was more complicated. Surrounded by gifted students, Reginald often felt like an outsider, unsure if he truly belonged. While teachers praised his ability, the inner voice shaped by childhood doubt never fully quieted. Excellence became both a goal and a burden. Music remained his anchor, but it also reflected his fears back to him. Every success carried the pressure to prove himself again. Even so, the piano never abandoned him. It remained a space where effort turned into expression and uncertainty into sound. These years sharpened not only his skill, but his emotional depth, laying the foundation for music that would later resonate with millions. A creative partnership. Everything changed when Elton met Bernie Taupin. Their partnership was unlikely but transformative. Bernie's lyrics carried honesty, imagination, and emotional depth, while Elton's melodies gave those words movement and warmth. Together, they created songs that felt deeply personal, yet universally understood. Tracks like Your Song and Tiny Dancer resonated because they spoke plainly about love, longing, and human vulnerability. For Elton, Bernie's words helped articulate feelings he struggled to express alone. Their collaboration became a shared language, one built on trust and mutual respect. Fame followed, but the heart of their work remained rooted in emotional truth. The success of their songs was not just commercial, it was connective. Audiences heard themselves reflected in the music. This partnership gave Elton a sense of creative belonging, proving that collaboration could offer understanding where isolation once lived, and that shared expression could transform personal emotion into collective experience. Rising to stardom. The early 1970s marked an explosion in Elton John's career. Albums climbed charts, tours expanded, and his presence became unavoidable. Concerts turned into spectacles filled with color, movement, and energy. Each performance felt like a declaration of confidence and joy. Yet as success grew, so did pressure. Expectations multiplied, and the line between the performer and the person blurred. The world wanted more. More albums, more shows, more brilliance. While Elton delivered musically, privately he faced exhaustion and emotional strain. Fame magnified everything, including insecurity. The applause was thrilling, but fleeting. When the lights dimmed, questions returned. Was the love real or tied only to performance? These years defined him as a superstar, but they also revealed the limits of external validation. Stardom offered freedom, but it demanded constant output, reminding Elton that success alone could not answer deeper emotional needs. The weight behind the image. The costumes and confidence that defined Elton John's image served a deeper purpose. They created distance between the public and his vulnerabilities. On stage, he could be larger than life, but off stage, he remained reflective and sensitive. This dual existence required constant balance. The world celebrated the spectacle, while the man beneath worked to protect his inner life. Over time, the strain of maintaining that divide became heavy. Emotional fatigue, isolation, and pressure followed years of relentless work. These challenges were not visible to fans, but they shaped his personal journey. Elton learned that survival required honesty, self-reflection, and eventually change. The image that once protected him also reminded him of what he still needed: peace, authenticity, and stability. Acknowledging the weight behind the persona became a turning point, allowing him to move toward a healthier relationship with both fame and himself. Love, growth, and stability. Later in life, Elton John found grounding through meaningful relationships and personal growth. His marriage to David Furnish brought stability, partnership, and a sense of home he had long searched for. Family life offered a new rhythm, one not dictated by tour schedules or public expectation. Alongside this, his dedication to philanthropy and advocacy gave his success renewed purpose. Helping others allowed Elton to redirect his energy toward lasting impact rather than fleeting applause. These changes did not erase past struggles, but they softened their hold. Growth came through reflection, honesty, and a willingness to prioritize well-being. For the first time, fulfillment extended beyond performance. Love became consistent rather than conditional. In these years, Elton learned that peace is not found in applause, but in connection, routine, and self-acceptance. His later life reflects not retreat, but evolution, a redefining of success on his own terms. Music as survival. Throughout every chapter of his life, music remained Elton John's constant. From childhood solitude to global stages, the piano was always there, offering language when words fell short. His songs carry emotional fingerprints, joy, sorrow, resilience, and hope, drawn directly from lived experience. Music allowed him to process pain without becoming consumed by it, transforming feeling into creation. Each melody served as both expression and release. This connection to music grounded him, even when the world felt overwhelming. For listeners, his work became a source of comfort and understanding. For Elton, it was survival. Music bridged the gap between the boy who felt unseen and the man embraced by millions. It gave purpose to struggle and meaning to success. In every note, there is evidence of endurance, reminding us that creativity is not just entertainment, but a way to endure, heal, and connect. A lasting legacy. Elton John's legacy extends far beyond record sales or awards. It lives in the honesty of his journey and the emotional openness of his music. His story reveals that brilliance and vulnerability often coexist, shaping each other over time. The glitter, the fame, and the accolades tell only part of the story. Beneath them lies a life marked by growth, self-discovery, and resilience. Elton transformed early loneliness into connection, insecurity into creativity, and struggle into beauty. At this stage of life, his achievements stand not only as symbols of success, but as proof of perseverance. He reminds us that identity is not fixed, and healing is ongoing. The boy from Pinner did not disappear, he evolved. Through music, honesty, and courage, Elton John shows that the most powerful legacy is not perfection, but authenticity lived openly and shared generously with the world.